As early as November of 2023, we had big plans for April of 2024. The plan was to do a road trip from Palm Beach County, Florida, all the way to New York, stopping in different states along the way to visit family and friends. We chose April because we wanted to catch a solar eclipse in Indiana before moving on to New York. Unfortunately, unlike the eclipse, things were simply not lining up for us. But before we talk about that, let's go back to 2017. My kids were much younger back then, and 2 days before the solar eclipse, we drove from Florida all the way to Charleston in South Carolina. Now, let me just say that the folks in Charleston were very nice. We really enjoyed our stay there, and we're looking forward to going back one day. When the time came for the eclipse, though, clouds started to gather, and we began to fear the thought of driving across 3 states and not enjoying the eclipse. However, as we approached totality, the clouds finally disappeared and we were able to witness this wonderful event for the first time in our lives. Thanks to my Nikon CoolPix P950 that I had purchased 5 years earlier, I was able to record the photos and videos that you're seeing right now. But to be honest, I didn't have the proper camera or experience with taking pictures of the sun. But although I didn't get the best pictures, the eclipse left an indelible mark in the minds and hearts of everyone in my family. Watching the moon slowly block out the sun and then experiencing that sudden drop in temperature in the middle of August was an experience that we will never forget. It's an experience that you simply cannot describe with words. Rather, you have to experience it yourself. Not even the experience of an IMAX theater can convey what you experience during a total eclipse. In many ways, my first view of a solar eclipse back in 2017 was a learning experience, and I started making plans right away to catch a next total eclipse on US soil in April of 2024. But as soon as the sun began to emerge from totality, back in August of 2017, the clouds started to gather again and we started feeling a few raindrops. It was time to go. Ahead of us was a long drive back to Florida. Fast forward to 2024, and just 2 weeks before the April 8th solar eclipse, we realized things were simply not coming together. Our biggest concern was the weather on our route, especially in the areas we planned to visit during and after the eclipse. Cold weather and cloudy skies were threatening our trip, so we decided to stay put in Florida. I have made a lot of videos about the Nikon CoolPix P950, which replaced the P500 that I used in 2017. Those videos have been watched by thousands of people, especially my videos about photographing the sun and moon. So I guess you could say I was disappointed that I would not be filming the eclipse with my P950. Nevertheless, you've heard that saying, if life gives you lemons, then make a tequila. Or is it lemonade? Anyway, the point is, by staying home, I was able to get a unique perspective. I was able to get pictures of only 50% coverage of the sun. Check out these pictures from the P950. Initially, I got a bit scared because the clouds were raining on my parade. Not literally, but you get the drift. But after a while, things started to clear up. And in case you're wondering why the video is shaking so much, that's the wind shaking the camera. At this point, this is the maximum coverage that we would see in Palm Beach County, Florida. And so while a few clouds joined the party, the moon began to move away. Here we see just a tiny piece left. Over the past 2 years, I spent many hours doing instructional videos on this wonderful camera known as the Nikon CoolPix P950, and I often get comments of gratitude from the persons who watch them. I'm really looking forward to hearing from those who filmed the eclipse, especially those who were in the zone of totality. If you're new to this camera or if you weren't able to catch the solar eclipse, don't despair. I know that on TV they have been saying that there won't be another total solar eclipse in the USA until 2045, and that is correct. But bear in mind that there's a solar eclipse at least twice per year somewhere on the planet. For example, on October the 2nd of this year, 2024, there will be a solar eclipse that will start in the Pacific Ocean just south of Hawaii and then meander south across the Pacific Ocean before crossing Chile and Argentina in the southern sections of both countries. Bear in mind though that this will be an annular eclipse, meaning that there will be no totality. Instead, A small ring of light from the sun will still be visible. After that, the next significant solar eclipse will be a total solar eclipse that will start in the Arctic regions and loop around before heading down into the North Atlantic and cutting across Spain, where it will end over the Spanish island of Mallorca. Right now, you have a lot of time to apply for or renew your passport, so don't wait until the last minute. Until next time, keep filming.